Too many taxes, suffocating bureaucracy, and, in some cases, even corruption make doing business difficult in many European countries. But there are exceptions, places where governments and private investors strongly support businesses and startups. Today, we will explore 7 of these countries and understand why they are perfect for starting your own business. Of course, we acknowledge that challenges exist here as well. For this reason, we invite you to share useful information in the comments and point out which European and non-European countries hinder innovation with excessive bureaucracy and taxes. Welcome to this new video from Amazing Europe. Number 1. Ireland. Ireland is a real gem for those dreaming of starting a business in Europe. Thanks to one of the continent's most robust economies, focused on innovation and technology, this country offers extraordinary opportunities for those entering the digital world. With 90% of the population using smartphones and 92% having home internet access, Ireland is the perfect environment for tech and digital startups. Enterprise Ireland invests in nearly 200 startups annually, creating a vibrant and welcoming climate for entrepreneurs from all backgrounds. Irish cities excel in various key parameters. Cork is efficient in contract enforcement and energy, Dublin is a beacon for new businesses, Waterford speeds up building permits, and Galway stands out in property and company registration. As a member of the EU, OECD, and Eurozone, with English as the main language and the euro as the currency, Ireland facilitates the entry of foreign businesses. Entrepreneurs from the UK and many European countries do not require visas or permits. Additionally, remote registration is accessible even to non-Europeans. With an attractive corporate tax rate of 12.5% and a network of double taxation treaties with over 70 countries, Ireland fosters business growth and ensures that entrepreneurs relocating there are not taxed twice on the same income. Number 2. Bulgaria. Bulgaria's economy may not match Ireland's, but in recent years, it has become an increasingly sought-after destination in Eastern Europe for foreign entrepreneurs. Starting a company is relatively easy. In about 2 weeks, you can be operational. Administrative costs are low, as is the corporate tax rate, set at 10%, one of the lowest in the continent. Foreign companies can freely purchase land without major legal restrictions and, after registration, only need to cover operational costs. Entrepreneurs from the European Union enjoy significant advantages, such as a skilled, multilingual, and low-cost workforce, along with a competitive cost of living. As part of the European Union, Bulgaria guarantees direct access to the single market, making it a strategic choice for investments. Thanks to its location in Southeast Europe, Bulgaria also serves as a bridge to neighboring markets like Greece and Turkey, while offering business opportunities with Serbia and North Macedonia. The country allows remote company registration, further simplifying foreign business entry. In short, Bulgaria is often underestimated. While it still needs to improve job opportunities for its citizens, it is becoming increasingly attractive to foreign entrepreneurs looking to relocate their businesses there. However, corruption remains a factor to consider, especially depending on the type of business and the region where the company will be established. Number 3. Sweden. Sweden is Europe's startup paradise. According to OECD data, in 2017, the country boasted 20 startups active for at least 3 years per 1,000 workers, a surprising figure compared to just 5 in the United States. These mature companies in Sweden create 5 new jobs for every 100, compared to 2 in the US. Moreover, Stockholm ranks as the second city in the world, after Silicon Valley, for the density of tech companies valued at over $1 billion. Confidence in starting a business is also high. 65% of Swedes aged 18 to 64 believe there are great entrepreneurial opportunities, compared to 47% of Americans, according to The Atlantic. But what is the formula for Swedish success? Essential were the reforms after the crisis of the 90s, which opened up the market to competition and foreign investments, downsizing public monopolies with significant deregulation. The share of foreign capital rose from 7% in 1989 to 40% in 1999, involving major companies like Mojang, the creator of Minecraft, acquired by Microsoft for $2.5 billion in 2014. Sweden's growth is also supported by the Scandinavian welfare system, which provides high-quality healthcare and education almost free of charge, encouraging citizens to take entrepreneurial risks. Number 4. Estonia. In just 2 decades, Estonia has transformed from a peripheral Soviet republic into a cutting-edge entrepreneurial hub, attracting investors from across Europe and beyond. With minimal bureaucracy and advanced digitalization, the country is now considered the most business-friendly in Europe. It's no coincidence that the World Economic Forum calls it the most entrepreneurial nation on the continent. Estonia is home to the third largest number of startups per capita globally. Skype, for instance, was born here. One of the main advantages for entrepreneurs is the favorable tax system. Companies do not pay corporate taxes on profits until dividends are distributed, and even then, the rate is only 25%. A limited liability company can be created online in minutes, and the system allows entrepreneurs to handle accounting and tax declarations independently, using software that costs just €5 per month. The efficiency of the tax system is impressive. In case of errors, the tax office directly contacts you to resolve any discrepancies. However, entrepreneurs should consider the cost of welfare. Registering as an employee to access public health care implies a 33% payroll tax for the company and a 20% income tax for the employee. With low notary fees and quick procedures, Estonia is not only innovative but also welcoming, making it one of the most attractive destinations for those seeking a dynamic and modern business environment. Number 5. The Netherlands. According to the World Economic Forum, the Netherlands is the fifth largest economy in the European Union, with a GDP of approximately $990.6 billion, accounting for about 5.96% of the EU's total economy. Thanks to its strategic location in Western Europe, the Netherlands benefits from a multicultural, highly skilled, and well-educated workforce. The Dutch government offers numerous support programs and tax incentives to facilitate new businesses. Although the corporate tax rate is 25.8%, slightly higher than in other European nations, many entrepreneurs still find it advantageous to establish their businesses here due to the location and easy access to the market. Among the most significant incentives is the 30% rule, allowing employers to pay 30% of foreign workers' salaries tax-free, meaning the employee receives more net income, and companies have a financial incentive to hire foreign talent. Additionally, the government encourages research, development, and innovation by reimbursing part of the costs for companies engaged in scientific activities or creating cutting-edge products. This ecosystem particularly attracts advanced tech companies, including those in robotics and artificial intelligence, as well as the retail sector. The Netherlands' appeal to foreign entrepreneurs is evident from the influx of millionaires in recent years, as we discussed in a previous video. Number 6. United Kingdom. Every year, about 360,000 new businesses are founded in the United Kingdom. Starting a company here is quick and affordable. Paper applications are processed within 8 to 10 days, while online applications can be completed in just 24 hours. The UK offers a unique business environment, with one of the most dynamic and multicultural economies in Europe and a diverse, well-prepared workforce. In the early years, when profits are still low, the government supports new businesses with incentives and tax relief. Even at the end of a company's life cycle, there are tax benefits for those selling business assets. With a robust tax and legal system, the corporate tax rate is 25% for all limited companies. The workforce is highly skilled, with a third of adults holding a higher education degree, and it adapts easily to market needs. Entrepreneurs also have access to numerous funding opportunities, including crowdfunding, where funds are raised from many people, typically through online platforms, to finance a project or business. Venture capital is also highly developed, with investments provided by individuals or firms to startups and small businesses with high growth potential, in exchange for equity in the company. Before revealing the seventh country, if you found this video informative, we kindly ask you to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos. This would help us a lot in spreading our project. Thank you so much. Number 7. Malta. Malta is increasingly becoming a haven for foreign entrepreneurs. Each year, hundreds of entrepreneurs move their residence there not only to enjoy the sun and sea but also for the tax benefits. Malta is renowned for its favorable tax system, offering advantages for both individuals and businesses. In many cases, companies are not subject to withholding taxes, stamp duties, or taxes on dividends. The official corporate tax rate is 35%, but Maltese companies with foreign ownership can apply for refunds that reduce the effective tax rate to 5%, the lowest in the European Union. If a business owner is not tax resident in Malta, they can claim a 30% tax refund. For those looking to transfer an existing business or start a new one in this archipelago, there is an additional benefit. Foreign-owned holding companies are completely tax-exempt, and dividends received can be distributed tax-free. Moreover, personal income tax is progressive, ranging from 0% to 35% for incomes above €60,000. Malta is thus an ideal destination for those seeking a light and flexible tax system. We've highlighted the positive aspects of these countries, but we know they have their downsides too. Share your opinions and experiences with the community by leaving a comment below. If you know of other European or non-European countries where doing business is easy or difficult, let us know. For a clearer view of the situation, check out our video on the top 10 European countries with the highest taxes, available at the top right. That's all for this video. See you next time.